Hello everyone and welcome back to another session. In this session, I am going to introduce you to the Unleash framework. So what exactly is Unleash framework? Unleash is an open source feature management tool that make it simple to manage and control feature toggles. Now you might be wondering, what is a feature toggle? A feature toggle is a powerful mechanism that allows developer to turn specific features on or off in production without needing a new deployment. This makes it easier to roll out new functionality gradually. What are the advantages of this framework? Unleash provides a central server, SDKs, and UI to create and evaluate feature flags with strategies per environment. It supports open source self-hosting. It provides a centralized way of enabling and disabling the toggles without a server restart. And it provides SDKs for multiple platforms. Here is the Unleash lifecycle in action. First, a feature flag is created in the Unleash server UI with targeting strategies and environment. Then the application initializes an Unleash client SDK and a context to evaluate flags locally at the runtime. The client periodically syncs flag configuration from the server. So when the flag is updated in the server, the client receives the update on the next sync and immediately switch the behavior. So this is the entire flow. You can use the server to basically enable and disable the toggle during the runtime. So let me quickly show you a short demo. First, I am going to clone the Unleash server repository onto my local machine. Then using a simple Docker command, I will start the Unleash server inside the local Docker container. So this is the repository that we need to clone. And this is the command that we need to use to start the Unleash server locally. On my local system, I have already cloned this repository. So I will go ahead and execute the Docker command. Once the server is up and running, we can access the server at this port number. We will log in using the default credential provided in the GitHub documentation. After logging in, you will notice that Unleash gives you a clean and user-friendly interface to configure feature toggles. To create our first toggle, I will head over to the Projects tab and select the default project. You can always create additional projects if you need, but for this demo, I will stick with the default one. Inside the project, I will click on Create Flag and provide a name. For example, let it call as is LLM enabled. By default, every feature toggle is linked to two environments, development and production. You do have the option to create and associate more environments if required. But for now, I will keep it simple and just turn this toggle on in the development environment. Next, I will head over to the admin setting in the Unleash and create a new API key. This key is important because it is what we will use whenever a client application needs to communicate to the Unleash server. Once the key is generated, the next step is to integrate it into our application using the Java SDK. So in this wizard, I will use the token name as the pet store. Since we are going to use a Java application to talk to this server, that's why I will select this backend SDK. In this section, I will give the access to all the projects. And in the environment, I will select the development. And then click on create token. So this is the API key that the backend SDK will use to talk to the Unleash server. And this is the URL that we need to use in our backend SDK. For this demo, I will set up the client side with a local application called Pet Store, which is built using the Micronaut framework. This will allow our application to securely connect with the Unleash server and make use of the feature toggle we just created. First, we need to head over to the Maven repository and grab the dependency for Unleash Java Client SDK. This is the dependency we will add inside the build.gradle file of our project. Once the dependency is in place, I will run a Gradle refresh to make sure everything is synced. Now the approach I'm going to follow is to create a singleton bean that will hold and inject the instance of the Unleash client. Using this client, we will call an API that communicate with the Unleash server and retrieve the value of the feature toggle. So in this project, I'm going to create a new class called Unleash toggle impl. To inject this as a singleton bean, I'm going to use the annotation @singleton. Inside this class, I will add a method that returns an instance of the Unleash client. To set this up, we need 4 key values: the API key, the Unleash server URL, the environment name, and the application name. I will store these as a private variable inside the class for easy access. Then in our method implementation, I will use the Unleash config builder to create a configuration object by passing these values. And I will also configure the polling duration to 10 seconds. Once the configuration is ready, I will use it with the default Unleash constructor to generate an instance of Unleash client. After creating the bean, I will move back to the controller where I am going to inject this bean. As well as I am going to also configure the logger. Inside one of the controller method, I will call the API that will give us the instance of Unleash client. With this client, we can easily work with our feature flag. For example, we can use the isEnable method to check whether a specific feature flag is turned on or off. In addition to that, I will demonstrate another method that will allow us to fetch a list of all the feature flags that are currently configured for the development environment. Finally, I will log this information to the console using a logger so we can clearly see the feature flag value in the action while running the application. Now we are going to start the server, and using the Bruno client, I will send the request to our endpoint. So the application is up and running. And then I'm going to send the request to the endpoint. So in the logs, you can see here the value of the feature flag is coming false, although it is turned on from the server. And that is because we have just started our application. The client will take some time to poll the value of the feature flag. Let me go ahead and send the request again. So now as you can see here, the value of the feature flag is coming as true, and it is also given as the list of feature flags that are available in the development environment. Next, I will go to the unleash server and turn off the same feature flag. Since our client polls the server every 10 seconds for updates, we will have to wait for that time to pass. After 10 seconds, I will send the same request again to the endpoint. And this time, as expected, the feature flag value is showing as false. This demonstrates how feature flag can be dynamically managed without restarting the application. Other than this, you can also use the unleash server to monitor or get the metric about the particular feature flag. This is the name of the application, and this graph shows how many times that feature flag value has been looked up by the client. That's all for this session, and thanks for watching.